Alright, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kunai, and I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today we're bringing you some Cold War, and man, let me tell you that I am excited. I've already played a decent amount. I'm level 31, as you can see. I've done a lot of work with the snipers, used, a few of the different machine guns and everything like that. AK-74 is pretty freaking sweet, not gonna lie. So yeah, what I'm going to be showing today, I'm going to be showing you just some gameplay here and there, a couple clips, and just my honest opinion on the game so far, and what I think its potential is, and how it started out, and what I think its plans for the future are. But alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so starting out, I'm going to start out talking about some things that I like about the game. I always kind of want to start out being a little bit positive. So the first thing I want to talk about is the map design. It's pretty good so far. I mean, these are definitely maps that I could get into, and I feel like I could memorize pretty well and get used to and know the different points and where to look and whatnot. So I do like the map design. I think they've done a pretty good job with that. I think the map design also, it really kind of makes me think of Black Ops 1, honestly, as far as the way the things that look and everything. It doesn't look like Black Ops 4, really. It doesn't look like Black Ops 2 or 3. 2 maybe, but really not even then. I wouldn't say. But I mean, the game is based out of when the Cold War was happening, so I would expect it to be closer to Black Ops 1 than anything. But the maps consistently seem to be, from what we've played, the three maps that I've played, which was Satellite, Miami, Moscow, and there's four I played, I think, and then Cartel. They seem to be pretty consistent. Some are way larger than others, or some aren't very small, or they all seem to be pretty decent in size and pretty relative. That's something I do kind of appreciate. With Modern Warfare, you had Grozny Raid and Arklov Peak, and then you had Shipment. I wonder how many Shipment maps you could fit in an Arklov Peak, and that's actually, like, someone can figure that out for me. I'd be pretty impressed. I'm not gonna lie, that would be really cool. So yeah, so I kind of enjoy the different sized maps. If it were Battlefield, I don't really like that in a Call of Duty. I don't know, that's just me, that's just my personal preference. But that's all this is just my personal preference. I mean, what I like rather than what someone else likes. So something that you think of that I didn't say, something I could be disagreeing with, or however it would go. So they're trying a new score streak system. If you guys have been playing, you've maybe noticed that even if you're dying, you're still getting your artillery at some point. And I kind of like it. I feel like it's definitely targeted more towards, your less than average or average player, who may not always get, the attack helicopters name out and get to use a swarm that's Black Ops 2 or whatever, the chopper gunner that's going to be the main kill streak in this game. Because I remember back in Black Ops 2, I never got the swarm. I was a little bit younger. I just wasn't as good. I never could ever get the swarm in Call of Duty. And of course that meant I sucked, for sure, but so I think it's definitely targeted to help out your less than average players or whatever, or even your average players. I mean, really, swarm was something that you were only gonna get if you were really good. But yeah, so I feel like that's a nice way of targeting and helping out with that. So the guns look good. I mean, they really do. I mean, if you take a look at them, they're all really pretty guns and look pretty realistic. They also sound pretty decent. I mean, they really, they got some kick to them. I like the way it sounds. There's been certain Call of Duties, like when we were going through the dark era, the futuristic era, they just sounded like garbage. I mean, to me, Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 had some terrible sounding guns. Infinite Warfare had some pretty bad sounding guns. They just, I don't know, to me they just didn't sound very realistic. I want to hear Chambers getting wrecked, not a Pez dispenser on steroids. So another thing that I like is that the guns aren't made up, future weapon variants and stuff. I enjoy that there's stuff that we're familiar with, the EP5, AK-74U, the L115, You know, these are guns that you've heard before, played in Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1. You know, that's something we're used to. You know, and I've always appreciated that. I don't like the Vesper and the VM3 or whatever it was. I can't remember what a lot of them were called, but I mean, they were okay. I mean, I didn't really enjoy it. I never knew what the Vesper was. I don't know if that's a real gun or not, really. But a lot of them, I'm pretty sure were made up weapon variants. Which, I mean, you know, you got to get creative. I can't really knock them too much for that. But I do in this game. I enjoy that we're using guns that we're familiar with. So, and the last thing I want to say that I really like about the game is that it really just looks good. The game really looks good, especially that map Satellite. The lighting, I don't know what's going on, and then the explosions and everything just about the game is looking really nice. I would say it looks probably in some aspects better than Modern Warfare. Just as far as graphical capability and everything, I think it really looks good for sure. Okay, so now to move on to things that I don't necessarily like about Cold War, and these could be things, you know, that are temporary or something just in the beta, but as it stands, these are just some things that I'm not really too excited for, or excited about rather. So first thing I don't like is the time to kill seems to be very high. Now, I hope I'm not the only one thinking this, because so that's a problem. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Usually, in a brand new Call of Duty game, it seems like the guns destroy. You know, you remember when Modern Warfare came out? Oh my gosh, those guns were strong. But this and World War II, you know, those guns were super strong when they came out, and I thought that was like a strategy that Call of Duty uses. But this, I don't know. The guns just do not seem very powerful at all. And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's just something in the beta maybe, or that's just how they're intending the guns to be. I don't know. But, you know, out of all the buffing and nerfing that Call of Duty does yearly, I don't see how they could be nerfing any of these guns, because a lot of them aren't too powerful, especially the snipers. I don't know, just going off of comparing it to Modern Warfare, the snipers seem to be pretty underwhelming, to be quite honest. They're fun, they sound good, they're nice, they look good. I'm glad that they're guns we've heard of before, but they don't seem to do the job. They seem to be kind of inconsistent, I'm not gonna lie. That could be me. I mean, it could be user error, but I used a lot of them. I mean, my Pellington's level 15, and I can, you know, get some one-shots here and there, but I get a lot of hit markers, to be honest. I don't know. And maybe that's just what they're going for. Maybe that's what Cherik's going for. They want the snipers not to be as easily skilled. Yeah, maybe that is what they're going for, which if so, then that's just going to take some time to get used to, and, you know, to adjust our shots and everything like that. If you like to use snipers like I do, that's just what I typically want to go with. So that'll be something to get used to, of course. So not a big deal, but just something that I wanted to throw out there. And since we're on the topic of snipers, I would like to say the scope zoom on the snipers is pretty low, and that makes it a lot harder to hit targets. Of course, that's how it kind of always was before Modern Warfare. I'm going to be honest, Modern Warfare kind of spoiled me on that. I loved how much the gun would zoom in. I thought that was insane. I thought it was awesome. I could hit my shots so easily. It was great. These are way farther back. The LW3 seems to zoom in more than the Pellington, but overall they're pretty far back. It makes it harder to hit your targets. But again, that's just something we might have to get used to, or something that may, you know, change or something like that. Who knows? So there is a decent amount of lag, but from what I've noticed, I mean, I don't know if that's just me. I don't normally ever have lag. So I'm thinking maybe it's the servers based on the fact that it's a beta, and that's kind of typical for a beta. It wouldn't surprise me any, but just something I wanted to throw out there. So another thing I want to talk about is there seems to be a rather low amount of score streaks. They're pretty much all your basic ones, you know. You get the RCXD and the sentry gun and napalm and artillery and all of that. And those are great score streaks. I would like to see a few more, maybe, if that's something that they're going to be doing. That would be great. Just to have a little more, you know, variety, stuff like that. Just so it doesn't seem like everyone's, oh, guess what? We got a spy plane, got an artillery, and attack helicopter. Case closed. you know, or just running sentry gun. I don't know. I would kind of like to see a few more, something a little few newer ones or whatever. Not a big deal, not a big deal, but just something worth noting. And since we're on the topic of score streaks, I would like to address the new system that they're going. To me, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. I like being able to know that I just killed 7 people and got an attack helicopter because I killed 7 people, not because overall I was helping my team and getting assists and eliminations and all that. I like to know that, hey, I just went on a 7 kill streak tear, 10 kill streak tear, whatever. Now I'm gonna call in this chopper gunner that I worked hard for. I also don't like that there's a timer on them, so you can't really stack score streaks even if you were doing well. I don't know, it just doesn't feel as rewarding to me as the older systems. But like I said, it does target newer players, and maybe that's just what they're going for. Which they can't really complain too much on that. But yeah, I don't really entirely know how I feel about it, but I don't think I like it. I don't know, it just doesn't seem that great to me. Another thing is there seems to be some netcode, quite a bit of netcode that I've noticed. And again, this is the beta.